everyone knows you. You caddied for Ricky Fowler for a very long time. You all had a ton of success. You won twice with Tom Kim. Then you had the choice. You got offered the job with Ludvig Aberg, who's a stud. There's no doubt about it. Everybody knows he's going to be a stud. But what was it like when you got that phone call and going through that decision to make the jump from an incredibly solid player in Tom Kim?
Yeah, I mean, that's not an easy decision. It's never an easy decision at all to make a switch in this profession because, you know, it's more than just your job. You develop a relationship, you develop friendships, you know, and over time that always increases. And Tom and I had a great relationship. But I just made the decision that I thought was better for me and going forward. And, you know, Tom's going to be a great player. I still support Tom and want him to play well. But Lud's just one of those jobs that you feel like comes around once in a generation, and I felt like I had to take it.
Yeah, without question. I mean, I genuinely, I think Colt and I both agree with this. Like, this dude comes around once in a blue moon. It had to be a hugely flattering to you to get a phone call from him, given that virtually there's not many caddies in the game that wouldn't take that gig. What did they say to you when they called you, why they thought you were the right guy for the job?
Well, I mean, some of that, you know, I'm going to leave to what happened there. And, you know, it was just like you said, it's very flattering to have any job offered to you, and especially to have two of the best young players in the game, and just felt like we could be a great fit. And so far, so good. And, you know, I'm just really excited about it.
You know, I don't know how much you got to see him play before you actually took the job with him, but like, give us your first thoughts when you saw it up close and personal. I mean, that beautiful golf swing. It just seems, I mean, every part of his game is just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I'd heard everything, you know, college coaches rave about him, other players raved about him, agents raved about him, you know, people that had seen him play raved about him, not only as a player, but as a person. And when you get to see it up close and personal, you see that it backs it all up. The first thing that gets your attention is how high and straight the driver flies. But my first impressions, I was surprised in Maui at how good he chipped it and how good his bunker play was, and how good he was flighting wedges that week in the wind. And so those were the three things that kind of got my attention that I wasn't expecting, that really impressed me.